Chris, House and Senate lawmakers went home with the understanding that the president would sign the spending bill. This morning, he threatened to veto and ultimately relented. What's the reaction there in Washington?
Well, look, this is an unpredictable president. People are beginning to expect the unexpected, but this was strange because just yesterday, the president's own budget director said he would absolutely sign the bill. The White House had been involved in the negotiations for a couple of months now. So why the president suddenly found problems with it, or serious problems, enough to want to veto it potentially, is a little bit of a surprise. One thing a cynic might say is, while we spend all of today wondering about this, we didn't talk much about the interview last night with a Playboy playmate who said she had a long-time affair with President Trump. One might suggest maybe that was the reason.
Well, Karen McDougal had her chance last night. Stormy Daniels will have hers on Sunday night. Is there anyone in Washington who believes the president's denials? And from a political standpoint, how much does it matter at this point, do you think?
The answers are no and not much. No, I think that people, where there's that much smoke, and it's not just these two, but obviously a lot of other women during the campaign talked about the president making inappropriate advances to them. So I suspect people believe, if not this, that something much like it happened. The political impact, I think, almost none. Remember that you had the Access Hollywood tape, a lot of allegations before the campaign, and the country elected Donald Trump president. So I think there's sort of a feeling that this has already been litigated. It may be embarrassing, it may be painful to him and his wife, but in terms of its political effect, I think people who voted for Trump don't care. People who voted against Trump kind of expected it.
All right. Another big shakeup this week in the Trump White House. The president replacing his national security advisor, H.R. McMaster, with John Bolton, who's much more hawkish, of course, with regard to North Korea and Iran. Some suggesting that this puts us even potentially closer to war. Is that overblown, do you think?
Well, look, in the end, the person who makes the decision is the president. It's not his advisors, and particularly this president. Having said that, you can't help but say that when you replace McMaster and Tillerson with Bolton and Pompeo, you have moved further to the right in a more hawkish position. Doesn't mean that the president's going to get involved in a war in North Korea or Iran, but in the case of Bolton, he's somebody who was specifically just a couple of weeks ago wrote an article laying out the legal case for a preventive preemptive strike against North Korea.